Can I, before we go, can I quickly talk about climate change? This
Yes,
end on a
yeah.
high note.
Bring this massive
Everyone
topic,
burning
this
up.
minor thing.
this, this like end on a high note, high temperature note. Yeah, no, I just want to. I'll quickly go on a House of the Dragon rant after, but there is also like I feel like we can't not say this week because we'll miss the boat, but heat waves all over the place. There's another one coming in the UK. France has hit temperatures that are crazy. In Japan, my little 2 cents from rural Japan as well. It's not been particularly hot, more hot than every year, but we've had like two typhoons in a small period of time. That's like uncommon. And the rain where we live on a mountain. It's been crazy every day. So much rain. You just like it doesn't stop for weeks. It's so different to like the UK where it like trickles on and off every day. I don't quite know about maybe in America what it's like if there's like full on rain days, but crazy rain. Anyway, so I again the I don't have the intellectual backing. I just have witchy vibes. I'm sorry. That's all I've got for you all. But I think that like every summer that comes and goes, I always think, is this going to be the summer that like kind of low key changes the world because it gets to the point that like with Israel Palestine where you had this quite literally black and white depiction of media that will lie to you and media that will have to tell you the truth, and people see that and they're like, oh, so this media isn't trustworthy because they are just lying. You know, I feel like we're going to have the same with climate change now where it's like media and any kind of organization that just isn't telling you how bad things are with the climate is going to lose credibility. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, apparently there's like no one's covering all of this heatwave stuff in mainstream media. And I think that that's going to become undeniable. Like, it's crazy how that we're still living in this like fake world of it all. Does that make sense?
I mean,
Yeah,
this
don't
heat
you
wave,
guys have more
especially in the
deaths
UK,
about
felt.
heat? Sorry, I was going to say this real
Sorry.
quick. Don't you have more deaths from heat than gun violence in America? Apparently, that's
Yeah.
crazy to
Easily.
me. That as an American, that's crazy to hear when I heard that statistic.
It's just not
Yeah.
facilitated for it. People don't
Well,
have aircon. People
Y'all
don't
need
know how to
AC.
deal with
I'm
it.
sorry, y'all have to find a way to find a to put away the fans. The AC is equivalent to the 10 fans.
I mean, listen, I'll explain to you why this is because I feel like a lot of American discourse misses actually like why this discussion is
Let's debunk
happening.
it.
Also, people go back and forth on Twitter. Let me explain this one because the climate, like this heat wave, did feel actually existential. Like I was lying in there and I felt like I was actually dying. I did get disease afterwards, but also like it's so fucking humid here, and when it's that hot, it was like almost 40 degrees at some point. I think it was like real close, and you cannot escape it. It's so humid. You open the window, it's just wet, so you can't really get stuff out. There's no cooling down, and yeah, no one has AC. Like so, where I'm living in this loft, it's like properly like it just heats up. It's like a greenhouse. It's cooking you alive, and like so one of the reasons people don't have AC in this country, obviously because so we grew like we have it gets hot like for a week a year, so
Yeah.
people are not getting this. Now it seemed like it's worth it for that, right? There's two problems for this: is that AC is really expensive over here, and people have no fucking money. Like people have really low purchasing power, really like way less than you'd think.
For something
Like
big as
a lot
well.
of Americans are shocked by how much British people earn. Like it's quite low. And it's very, very expensive, and then you have to install it and all this stuff. And a lot of these houses, there's no room for it. They're very old. They're not built for the things. But you can try and you can build a mini one or something like that if you want to, right? It'd be a good idea if everyone got like a mini one, like a portable one you can put through the window with like a funnel or whatever. I've seen people do that. Also expensive. The other thing is that UK, especially the UK, out of everywhere in the West, is the energy prices are insane.
Yeah.
Genuinely
I've got so much
insane.
to say about this. Carry on.
Yeah, you
carry
get
on.
like people getting like bills at over £1,000 which is I think $2,100 or something like that, like a month
That's
for electricity.
insane.
Insane.
Yeah,
And that's
exactly. And people just can't. People already can't afford this. And then like, and when you running these like heaters off the electricity, with these things off the electricity, which you'd have to because a lot of people can't get them installed in, you're already paying like 500 to 1,000 to more pounds. I've seen them going for 3,000 for even the portable ones, which people can't afford. And then you're going to be paying way too much on top of that for everything. And it's just a complete mess. Now, what you could do is get the government to subsidize these things or to actually control people's energy bills, nationalize the energy companies, make us subsidize them and get everyone to have fucking AC is what they should do. They're not fucking doing that. They don't give a shit. In fact, what they decided is going to get less energy subsidies. They're going to take the cost down. Yeah, that's like during the heat wave, when this whole thing, they're gonna make it even worse. So it's a uniquely awful position to be in that respect. And that's there's seen a lot of over Europe, but in the UK particularly, the energy bills are just. It's a crisis that's been ongoing for a while. Yeah,
it's crazy. I've got so much to say about this because this is also people are dying from this. This is not just like again. It's crazy to imagine that in countries that are used to this level of heat and stuff, but people are dying from this, and it's going to get progressively worse. And another heat wave coming existentially is going to affect people, like Bridget just quite rightly said. But like people are not used to this, and so bear in mind like the architecture in a lot of UK and like European buildings and stuff like that is the key difference is to last the winter, is to stay warm as much as you can during the winter, because the summers are much like softer. Like Bridget said, like there's like one weekend a year that's hot and it's like everyone goes out to the beach anyway. That's about to change. Whereas like, so this house we bought in Japan is the absolute opposite. You are screwed in winter, you're going to be cold. Girl, wear 3 pairs of socks and a jumper, get over it. This house is designed to last through really hot, humid summers. So like the Japanese house is like raised off the floor with air vent built underneath the ground, just the ground, and you're like living in a box that's like suspended outside of like the floor and stuff like that, so that air can just pass through your whole house. You can open all the doors. That's why all these things are just doors. So when it's hot, you can open every door. You could basically live in a wooden shed. It's designed to last through the summer, whereas the UK is completely opposite. So like from as someone British that like has experienced both of this, I remember that when it hit 42, I think it was like a couple years ago in the UK, it was just before we moved out here, there were like toiletries that were going wrong, like that were like going rotten because they weren't designed to be that hot in the UK, and I couldn't keep them cool enough. Like there's going to be like crazy backlog, but like you said, everyone here has aircon. Every train you go on, every building you go into, the aircon is pumping for like as long as it needs to be. But also, you can have like renewable energy to fuel that aircon. Like, obviously that's like the end goal. So it doesn't even add to the long-term problem as much, generally. But what I think, like you said, the UK is also the infrastructure of how the bills and stuff and how the energy is created is so archaic that that's not even going to be a solution. Does that make sense? So like,
I was about
basically
to say the same thing. Yeah,
saying all of you said, but like
so
there is, we have like massive solar panels in our town. We have like energy. So, I mean, Japan isn't great at being self-sufficient anyway, but it's like it knows it has to be, which I think is the difference. The UK has never been challenged to this, but so like. What worries me is that, like, I mean, I'm not going to lie, I've got family that when I bring up the climate change, they kind of roll their eyes and they're like, oh, yeah, I mean, it's been warm before. And I'm like, you're facing your third heat wave and you're talking about it used to be warm in the history. Like, read a book. Like, so I really low-key worry about
the hottest days on record are all the last few years. Like, it's like one day in 1976 and then it's all the last few years. You're right about the electric. I was about to bring this energy bill. Sorry. Very, very quick while I'm remembering, because the energy bills are set by the price of natural gas. So it doesn't matter how much solar panels or wind farms you build, because they set the price by natural gas prices.
Crazy.
And then they
our electricity bill. Our electricity bill like we have like, computers running, aircon running when we need it. We try and be as good as we can, obviously, but we live a comfortable life out here. And our electricity bill, I kid you not, is like £20 a month. Electricity bill is like 20, 25. It's crazy low because we live in rural Japan. Like all of our bills are low, but like we have like family that talk about their electricity bills being like thousands, and it's like it's just unsustainable to also then add on aircon. Sorry, we're going well off on it, but I really worry. I worry about how it's going to go down, because this is like, unfortunately, I think with the climate crisis, it's going to take one of the global powers to be truly affected by it for, unfortunately, I think, change to happen. I don't think that's okay. I think India is already, we're seeing like desertification in countries in the Middle East. India's hit by far hotter temperatures than the UK could ever handle. And I obviously the ideal would be that it all gets resolved before that has already happened. But it's already happening. Do you know what I mean? People are already being affected it for years now. But I think like it needs America or the UK or something to go through some serious change for the public perception to be like, okay, this has to happen, this has to change. Unfortunately,
I
I
see.
don't know. Maybe that's
I think the public perception's been there for a while. It's a political
maybe,
will.
yeah.
It's a political will, and
It's
it has been
political
for a
will,
very
it's just
long
not behind
time.
it. Yeah, true.
And
Maybe,
like
yeah,
the other thing
true.
as well is that is green energy seen as China. You know,
True.
China
They are
makes
winning
the
at
solar
that.
panels. China makes the wind farms. And like Trump was saying when he got in initially, he was like, "Well, why would you want renewable? Why do you want green energy? That's China." And that's the big challenge for
Yeah,
the West is to
you're
really
right.
put their fucking xenophobia down for a second and stop being suicidal about your energy policy just because you don't like China and you like the US. It's
How can
crazy.
anyone see China as doing nothing but winning as well? Anyway.
It's just the Red Scare.